Nan Hayworth of the Independent Women's Forum, a former congresswoman as well, Democratic strategist Robin Byra. Nan, no one seems to want this job. Maybe I can be missing something, but a lot of people have declined it. Why?
Well, Neil, President Trump is, despite the fact that he has accomplished so much for the American people, both domestically and on the foreign policy level, he is in the midst of quite a set of storm winds, and that is a very challenging position for a chief of staff. So, the person with whom he works has to have his trust and respect, and also be able to have a tremendous amount of internal fortitude. They have to. Nick Ayers has 3 young kids at home. That's probably not the time of life to be in this 24-hour a day, 7-day a week battleground job. But you know what? The president is a tremendous mentor of people whom he likes to work with. So I think the chief of staff is going to be fully made a member of this team.
All right, well, maybe you're right, but it does seem a little odd right now that he can't seem to fill this post. But, Robin, I mean, he would not be the first president who wanted to switch chiefs of staff and all. There has been a good deal of turnover in this administration, better than 60%. There are a variety of reasons for that, but a lot of people say the president will have a tough time dealing with it, sort of a chief of staff who has to instill discipline, who has to get around family members and close friends of the president to sort of set the ironclad rules. And, the president ultimately is his own boss and might not think too kindly of that. What do you think?
I've got several thoughts on that, Neil. Number one, first, I'll really miss John Kelly. I really admire and respect him. The same with Nikki Haley. Those were 2 of my favorite people. So looking at that, the obvious choices, I think, are Jared Kushner, because he's already got the president's respect. And anybody starting this job will have to have a lawyer.
Family member? I mean,
it would. And ordinarily, I would decry that as nepotism, but President Trump can seem to get away with that.
Kennedy example, yeah. Well, Nan, I mean, obviously, a president has to be very comfortable with his chief of staff, but it's also got to be someone to stand up to the president. Leona Panetta was telling me with Bill Clinton when he got the job, he and the president would have their differences over things, but it was about instilling discipline, was about sort of having a shepherding process for who gets into the president to keep him on focus. Some presidents recoil at that.
Yes, and it's well known that President Trump is something of an iconoclast when it comes to the model of a chief executive, because he is a businessman, so he is accustomed very much to being the man in charge. And I want to echo my friend Robin's praise of General Kelly, who is a remarkable, incredible public servant, and has done a tremendous job.
Well, if he's such a remarkable guy, Nan, why is he leaving?
Well, this is the kind of job that can grind very hard on anyone, and especially, again, President Trump.
He didn't volunteer to leave, but all understanding is the president pushed him out.
You know what, Neil, I don't have an inside line on that. I was at a White House Christmas party yesterday. General Kelly was there and was mingling very happily with everyone. So it seems to be very congenial there. But I agree with Robin that, and I agree with you that whoever chooses this job does need to be able to work closely with those who are closest to the president and be able to collaboratively challenge the president.
We know what he's got to do. I understand what you're saying, but Robin, the one thing I just wonder here is, will the president, who's got very good gut instincts when it comes to dealing with the economy and some of the moves he has made, a lot of people criticize him for him, it comes back, it works out just as he had hoped it would. But do you think what's getting in the way of someone filling this job is the fact that working in that White House seems to be a tension convention, and a lot of people, leave quickly because it's really kind of heated.
It burns people out, Neil. And, look at some of the people that President Trump held in such high regard. When they left, maybe not on the best terms, he absolutely vilified, like Secretary Tillerson. So there's that. But I also want to point out that this is not a mandated position. And how many times did we hear with General Kelly that just let Trump be Trump? If this isn't a mandated position, why do we even need to have it? He's going to undermine the chief of staff anyways, Neil.
Millard Fillmore did not have one. So, and you know how that works out.
That's changed, though.
Yeah, exactly. I covered that presidency. It was amazing. All right, guys, thank you both very much. Have a wonderful